Anyway, let's get started. We'll see if we can trim that world record down a little bit more. Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And we have to actually spam through this one. And you've arrived. Welcome, Not a Goose. We're doing a speedrun of Bravery Network Online, which is a game that I talked to you about when I was playing Don't Starve. It's basically just, it's Pokemon but geared for multiplayer. And so there's a lot of balances in it, and when you're fighting competitively against other players, there is no RNG. Like, literally none. All of it is strategy. However, the speedrun, there is a bit more RNG, where you have to actually, you know, react to what the computer does. Because sometimes the computer, it does things that you don't want it to do. But we're just going through the tutorial now, and the tutorial here is very simple. We don't have to pick fighters or anything, and we're just going to be fighting Lise now. Okay. I just realized we did actually meet our follower goal, didn't we? Sometime in the middle of the last run. I'm gonna have to think of a particular way for me to celebrate. Maybe I should set up a Discord just in case we start getting interest for that. But there we go. There's our first bravery fight there, quote unquote first. But next stream, I'm definitely going to set up a new follower goal, and I think that goal is going to be 25 followers. I think that's a good goal to have. It's a nice... Why wouldn't it let me click that? I don't know. That's never happened to me before, but I've only done one run of this, so sometimes that's bound to happen. But yeah, I want to, my follower count jumped. Yeah, it's exciting, like, for having only just started, like, this week. So, Not a Goose, do you want a little bit more explanation as to what's happening? Because, I mean, I did explain a lot in this past run, but I'm willing to explain again if it, you know, helps keep you engaged. But, I mean, the basics are I'm just gonna keep smacking things with a sword for the next little while. Alright, so this game, unlike in Pokemon where there's, like, 2 attacking stats and then, bye, Starlet. I hope whatever you're doing goes well. So yeah, instead of having a ton of types and 2 different attacking types, we have just 3 types. And those types are physical, digital, and emotional. And every fighter has those in stats. They have an attacking type in that stat and a defending type in that stat. And every fighter has a unique combination of moves that they can learn in those, like in a certain subsection of fighting styles. Oh, this is much better RNG than the last run. Jane should 2-shot me here, because this fight you have to lose. Really, Jane? Really? Come on, hit me. Jane, please. So it's like an RPS counter type. Yes, like rock, paper, scissors, except, like like every fighter has their own weaknesses, so that's where I'm thinking of the rock, paper, scissors analogy, but So if you hit someone with a physical attack, it affects their physical defense and so on and so forth. But different fighters have different matchups against one another. Like Sayla, the one I've been using for this tutorial, is terrible against Jane, who is has the best physical defense in the game. So in that sense, yes, it's definitely rock, paper, scissors. So we're actually going to have the game's in-game tutorial talking about different attacking types right now with Farhan here, who actually has physical and emotional attacks. And he's going to use them against their respective the respective fighters. It's like Jane is very bad against emotional attacks, while Molly is bad against physical ones. Like so. And there's even more to it than that because, you know, like I said, every fighter has their own unique, like stats there, and they have like shared moves between them, but every single one has a different combination together. So even though like two fighters may both be able to have, say, for example, fireworks, it's not like their other moves aren't necessarily going to be the same. Another mechanic here is flourishing and parrying. So as you attack, you gain this thing called charge. And charge lets you be able to block an attack or critical hit. And that's the only way you can effectively dodge or crit in the entire game. So that takes out another layer of RNG, is that we get to crit when we want to, and we're going to be using that to our advantage because our first fighter, like whoever is in the first slot, they have a world record. I have it. It's actually on the right side of the screen now. It's 57 minutes, and like I just got that right before you joined. So we're going to be trying to beat that. I'm hoping I can get a 55 minute. Yeah, my PB is world record. So anyway, your first fighter that you send out, or not that you send out, but your first fighter on your list gives a modifier for your battle. So we're going to be actually using a fighter who, whenever you tag him in, you get a full battery's worth of charge. And this will let us basically cheese several combats simply because we have more charge than they do. And so we can decide to just crit and wipe out the opponent. So Zale here is going to die next turn. This, you can't really narrow this down by too many turns. Because again, there's no crits, there's no missing. It's just all your own skill. So we're going to tag back into Jane because Jane, again, we've been on the other side of this matchup where Sayla has been hitting Jane a bunch, but it doesn't really do much. And Jane can hit really hard in return. But yeah, so our team is full of, let's see, what timer is that? I can never figure that out. Okay, it's live split. Like, this is the program that everybody uses. You get to plug in your own splits, and then you just have a key that you have to forward yourself on the splits. So, live split. That's the one that everybody uses. There are several tutorials for how to set it up, and it's really simple. Alright, so we're going to do our first true bravery match here. And it's up against Radney, who we lost to earlier. Nope. Just go. Alright. So, I said it once and I'll say it again. Radney does not make good teams. Almost everyone on Radney's team, except this guy, is weak to emotional. So, we're gonna lunch invite, and then we're gonna switch and hope that, that he stays in. But he might not. Okay, he stayed in. So, Eric here is super good at digital attack, which is the only thing that K-Ban here is weak to. And there he goes. So we're gonna Blaze of Glory here, because now the rest of the team is weak to emotional, so we can just send back in Ferran and completely wipe the floor with them. Oh, that was a waste. Alright, but we can send in Ferran now. And notice how we have charge now, so if we need to flourish, like right now, no, that doesn't do anything because it's bribe, not right up. But if we need to hit harder, we can. Like, not all moves crit, but most of them do. So I should note that, yeah, there are a lot of statuses in this game, but almost all of them have 2 effects. And they're all called emotions. They're all feelings. So like, this is tired. Whenever I attack now, I'm gonna take some damage. But if I flourish, I'm gonna take even more. So it basically means, hey, don't flourish. But we're gonna be okay. Because, yeah, we have enough HP that we can just completely wreck everyone who's left. They keep switching, though, which is not optimal? Like, Radney, calm down. Radney, please. Take off your glasses and have a little chill. Anyway, Ferran's the MVP of this fight, and looks like we're about a minute ahead of where we were last run. But with the tutorial done, we're going to actually finally be able to use our actual team, and we're going to, come on, why are you doing this? Okay, so now we're going to move from the locker room to the cafe, and we're going to move on to Audette here, who is going to retell us the story of getting our network license, which is basically unlocking online play. So first we meet Lottie, and Lottie isn't an actual fighter, but we still get to fight her anyway. So now we have our actual team here, and they're all fast, and they all hit hard. And Eric here is going to give us all that sweet charge, like before. But we're also gonna just immediately explode him, because he served his purpose. So there he goes. And now we're going to send in a valuable team member, Wendell, strongest bravery fighter. And we're immediately going to switch out our strongest bravery fighter because you can't do anything to K-Ban. I was hoping we wouldn't have K-Ban sent out, but we did. So instead we get to see Fel. And Fel is pretty unique in that they are one of the only characters who gets to attack in all 3 types, which makes them pretty powerful. But I don't have all 3 attacking types in this run because the emotional attack takes a lot of time because we have to watch a stat animation go up. I should have sent out Sayla. We're losing a bit of time, but that's okay. I have a line on my screen that's not supposed to be there. I'm gonna have to take a look at that after this. But we're doing good right now. I have lost probably all that gold split stuff, like, almost immediately with all that switching I had to do, but we're just gonna keep on going. I do have a lot of time to make up because my fighters hadn't fully learned some stuff before I started my last run, so that's an immediate time save because now they've mastered those techniques. So now we're going to enter the cafe and we're going to fight 3 more Bravery fighters who you can't actually recruit, but they each have their own unique, slightly overpowered strategies. And so now we are going to continue on with our normal strategy. Like, here we have Lynn, and Lynn's whole thing is that she gets a free parry, but we can ignore that by just flourishing our first attack, because that hits through all the blocks. But she does have a Gloam Locket, which prevents her from being one-shot, but that just means that we get to two-shot her. Alright, so now we can just Blaze of Glory and take a lot of Benji's HP as well. Benji's thing is that he has more power points than he's supposed to, which can be incredibly annoying when you're not prepared for it, but in this battle, it's pretty easy. You just kind of knock him over. Like, in an actual fight against other players, that would have been, like, way, way overpowered. But there's some of that switching RNG that we don't like to see, but it shouldn't be too bad. So the last fighter here is Fizz, and Fizz does this, has contrary, basically. Whenever... Oh, I should have flourished there. Alright, anyway, anytime one of his stats, anytime one of their stats should change, it goes the opposite direction that it should. Alright, and I'd say that went similar to last time. I just forgot to flourish, so we lost a little bit of time. So they're talking on the floor, and we have entered the cafe, and no, don't go back, we gotta... Okay, and now we gotta do the Gloam battle again. Remember how I was talking about Gloam Lockets? This battle is entirely filled with Gloam Lockets. Every single fighter in this has a Gloam Locket. And so to negate that, we have a fighter who can break lockets. And that's like why he's on the team. Exclusively to break Gloam Lockets, pretty much. And that would be Wendell, and we're going to send him out here and fight the other Wendell. But yeah, most of the game isn't quite like this, you know, like when you fight other players, there's a lot more strategizing, a lot more thinking, and you don't necessarily know what's going to happen next, and it's a very in-depth game, and if looking at this gets you interested, then you're probably going to like it. You're probably really going to enjoy fighting other people. And the story mode itself is very, very funny. I've sunk over 100 hours into this. Easily. Oh my god. Why? Why? Alright. Alright. That was some pretty bad RNG. Like, we only had 4 fashion advice, so I was hoping I could get away with being able to one-shot Fel, but I really couldn't, so that's that. But at least now we've, whoop, there we go, we're good, we're good, we're good. So then the next fight here, we're going to be facing off against Amma, and Amma, like, if the beginner trio is a little bit OP, Amma is completely OP, and that is why. Oh, that's why, but the reason why is because Amma has this ability called Feral, and so when she gets sent out into combat, she gets 200 HP instead of the normal. And Valante, I'm gonna Blaze of Glory, and yeah, okay, we're good, we're good. I have a Gloam Locket, I shouldn't be worried. Oh yeah, you have a Gloam Locket too. Alright, well, Valante, his whole thing is the longer he's in combat, the faster he gets. At least that's one of the ways you can play him, and that's the one that is in this run. But we're still faster. And we are actually going to be able to disable the Feral ability simply by using Fashion Advice. At least I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah, Amma's trait is now Stylish, and Stylish does literally nothing. So that's an improvement over before, but she's still a bit of a pain. Yeah, this is definitely not as good as the last run, but we've got Fel here to clean up after. So we're just going to flourish Blaze of Glory, and that should... There we go. And that's the Amma fight. And now we are almost to having gotten our network license. Because, remember Radney? Well, we have to fight Radney again. Oh no, Radney. Well, anyway, so how's everybody in chat been doing? Because Wendell's team is just as bad. Not Wendell's team. Radney's team is just as bad as before. So the reason I didn't just one-shot Spare here is because Spare has a Gloam Locket, and I kind of need the charge for later, so I couldn't just send out Wendell. Plus now we get to fight Caben here, and just almost completely obliterate him. Caben is another fighter that we just can't one-shot, so. You're doing good, Not a Goose? Great to hear. Playing Dust Star. Yeah. I'm not surprised by that. You seem to really like that game, and I'm glad. I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna play that one next as well. But they're like, yeah, I have to decide my schedule. And there's a lot to consider. There's a lot of fun games out there that I want to play. And I also have lots of artwork that I need to do as well. That I'm just doing bit by bit. Like, I know that, Dusk has seen, what I've been working on. Which is a giant skeletal snake. And, we've almost gotten that one finished. We're also almost through the Wendell fight. No, I keep saying Wendell. It's Radney. Radney and Wendell are not the same thing. Yeah, I do have Minecraft. I just don't have it on this computer. So I have to have a separate streaming setup for streaming that. But I have definitely been considering it, and I likely will sometime in the near future. I just have a couple things I need to work out. So now we have to actually fight for our network license. So we're gonna go back over to Audette here, scroll down just enough to get to the casual licensing match. And this is one of the only fights that really has a competitively built team. They still don't use their charge the way they should, but this team is meant to simulate what an actual player might have. And that's what makes it so difficult. We both just blazed of gloried, and I didn't have to. This is an improvement from the last run, but I mean barely. I need Sayla for later, I think, but I'm gonna... Yeah, okay. So this team's whole thing is pop-ups, which is an entry hazard, and that's why I felt safe enough to send in Sayla right now, even though Tazu has a digital attack, which is very good against Sayla. Sayla is one of the strongest physical attackers in the game, which makes physical defense something very important to overcome. But we're gonna spend her charge. Really, Bickley? Really, Bickley? You're so rude. So those switches are the worst RNG part of this run, but we'll deal. We'll be okay. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to stream Minecraft. I love it. I love both modded and vanilla, and it'd be a fun experience to have input from stream while I'm doing a run. I could name animals after people or make little sculptures. We'll see. We'll see what I feel up to. So I kind of just have to let Grace go down here because I need a fighter who can actually knock out Sayla, and who's going to do that? Wendell's going to do that, because Wendell can't be one-shot, because he is wearing a glow locket, and we're going to save the battery. Thank goodness we saved the battery. Because if we didn't, then we wouldn't be able to parry against Sayla in a little bit here. Because we need to do that because Sayla has a move that lets her always go first. And so we need to block against that. But first we're going to let our Gloam Locket be activated. So, yep, like this. Should I check a list of the most viewed games on Twitch? Nah. Like, I'm mostly going to just keep playing what I want to play. And, sometimes it's going to be highly viewed stuff, sometimes it's not. The game's currently experiencing a little bit of lag. Sometimes it does this, sometimes it, like, takes a really long time to think. Alright. Come on. So that was actually a little bit worse than last time. Okay. And wow, okay, we saved 1 second from last run in total. So, you know, I'll take it, I guess. So now we're gonna go to the character recruitment areas, like, so this is Anora. Anora's my favorite character. I love her. She's amazing. But we're gonna have to fight her. Hello? Mary the Lemon Drop! Thank you so much! I'm definitely not gonna be playing GTA. But yeah, Mary the Lemon Drop is someone I know from another community I'm in. She's a lovely person. And we're playing Bravery Network Online. Speedrunning it, actually. And I'm doing a little tiny bit better than my last run, which is the current world record. But this game is basically, it's Pokemon, but more intended for playing against other people. An ex-member from there. I see the tongue sticking out now. There's a lot of yeah, I love this game. We kind of currently have a smaller player base, so we need to like the more people we get into the game, the more the better the game is actually going to be. And I just wasted my parry. But basically, one of the main selling points is the fact that there's like no RNG. I mean, the speedrun has a lot of RNG, but the actual fighting against other players does not. If you want to block a move, you have to spend something called charge. And charge you get through hitting the opponent or through a select few other moves. So that's how you can effectively block an attack, and you can only critical hit in the same way. So, yeah, there are going to be spoilers for the story mode, but most of them are going to go by so quick that you're not going to understand what's happening. And the story mode is like still being expanded, but it's hilarious. So, Anora just joined, so now we're gonna go back to the cafe, and we're gonna keep redoing each of the events. Thanks for the little heart. I like that. That's adorable. Did you draw that? Because it looks like your little icon. Whoops. Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong button. Yes, I know. I know it's hilarious. I know I'm skipping through everything, but I have to do that again. I accidentally didn't properly finish Cherry's recruitment. Like, you get to mess that up in the very end. Your team was very strong. What does that mean? I love the strategies. Yes, there we go. That's it. That's all you need to do to recruit Cherry, but I still managed to mess it up. Alright, so now we're doing a meet and greet with Clint. And this is a full battle, and it's a little bit there's a bonus fighter here who is the crowd that Clint was talking to, which they have this very, very overpowered move. Are you okay with me sharing your Twitch link? Go ahead, absolutely. I would love. I don't mind at all. So, the Clint's whole deal is that he keeps switching out, and every time he switches out, he heals. And when he's in the captain spot, aka when he's basically in charge of the battle, anybody who switches out regains HP, and that can make him kind of annoying. And so here we see Audette switch out, and the crowd comes in. You're gonna lay down? Hope you have, hope that's relaxing. So we're going to just completely decimate the crowd, and they're gonna take us down with them because it's, yeah. Oh, I don't have any bots yet, Mary. So, the lurk is appreciated, but no message is gonna pop up. I'm still kind of setting up. I just started streaming this week. Alright, so Fel versus Fel. My Fel should be faster. No! Okay. Sure. What does lurk do? If you do exclamation point lurk, it pops up a little message that basically just says that they're gonna lurk, but like they're gonna not be paying attention, but they're still here supporting you. And it's, yeah. You're sad still and sleep a lot since then? Since the ban? But it is what it is. You were banned? Huh. I didn't actually know that. Oh, I should have swapped out there. I'm not paying attention. I need to keep... This run is not going to be as good as the last one, probably. Okay, Fel, fine. You're gonna tank my time while you're at it. Alright, so there we go. That's the Clint battle, and honestly, I think it's probably one of the worst of the run. So, but that just means that it's over and we can keep going. And now we're going to do the Fel Fight. And Fel, I mean, it's a bit weird. There we go. Well, basically, we're just gonna fight little glitches, and they all are exactly the same, but like in general, oh, we don't want Fel to come out first, but so we're gonna switch in Wendell, and because Fel has a Gloam Locket and becomes kind of a, this Fel is faster than my Wendell. Okay. Yeah, this run is dead. I think this run is dead. But we're gonna keep going anyway because experience is very good to get, and so Yeah, it takes a lot to actually, a lot of damage to actually knock these guys out, and the locket was like fashion device was the best way to do that. So we're gonna have to hope that Fel here can clean up a little bit, and then we just unleash Sayla. That's my backup plan. So now we're gonna Blaze of Glory, and that should take out... Yes. Alright. Alright, so now that Sayla has... Okay, these are actually faster than Sayla, so hopefully we can just parry both times and be able to... Nope. We have to do something much more complicated. Because, of course, we do. I'm learning. I don't know, maybe if I'll actually perform Wendell Skip this time, we'll actually do much better, but no, probably not. Okay, and parry maker. And... Oh, it's gonna do this again. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. Sometimes, the game just really wants to think a while. And it just kind of hiccups. But that one wasn't too bad. Alright, so that's Fel. Another one of the more annoying battles. But now we're going on to K-Ben, and K-Ben is very easy. Like, an incredibly easy recruit, because all I have to do is hit this button. And now we have K-Ben. Like, I'd skip that, but it's all stories, and that is, in fact, a story. So now we're gonna fight Lise, and Lise and the Amis are all, they're all emotionally, yeah, they all deal in support or emotional. Okay. So, I'm using Scanner here to bring down Mezza's defenses, because Mezza is very strong. Oh! Of course you did that. Why wouldn't you? That was actually a pretty smart move that Mezza just did there. Mezza kind of broke my glow locket and then killed me. Alright, but we are just gonna try our best to take out everybody else now. I was really hoping I could avoid having to use a parry, but alas. Alright, we're just gonna fashion device. Like, K-Ben in these battles usually has, like, a really annoying necklace or something. Okay, so usually that feeling there would hurt us, but Wendell is detached. That trait makes it that way he can only take damage from... he can only take damage from attacks, so nothing else can actually hurt him. Feelings, necklaces, what have you, they can't hurt him. Okay. So taking out Lise like this is gonna be, you know, it's not gonna work out. So I'm just gonna try sacrificing Fel. Yeah, alright. So now we can send in Sayla and we can clean up the rest. Which should be just Lise and Jin. So, one haymaker. And we need one more. And we're gonna flourish this one to make sure that it... Alright, I guess I didn't need to flourish because this is gonna boost my attack enough that it would have taken him down. Them down. Him down? Yeah, it's him. Jin's a him. Yeah. Alright, so that's the Lise fight, and now we're gonna move on to, I think Pema's next. And Pema's a pretty easy one. Because Pema, you just, like, Pema's got a kind of, like, scripted fight. Oh, wait, first we gotta do Audette first. And Audette tells you a lot about the lore of the world, but we're just gonna skip all that. And then it's over. And now we do the Pema fight, and Pema's just gonna fight 1-to-1 with with Sayla, and is going to show off what the pugilist fighting style is. But we want to make sure that we get the last laugh, so that way we get to see fewer attacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Flicker Glove, and then we're going to use Haymaker. So long as we use one of each attack, we win. But since it takes 2 turns anyway, we want to make sure that we play as few attacks as possible. And okay, that's the fight. That's everything. Yeah, alright. So the next fight isn't even a fight, it's just going to be talking to Tazu. And so we're just going to have to go through one of the most difficult things to navigate in this game, which is conversations. Because there were many options, and some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. But some of them, you just kind of like fail, and you have to go back to Audette, and you have to talk to her, and all that stuff. This one's not so bad, but let's go. And it's like, hi, I'd like you to fight for me. Things could be better. How are you doing? And then I'd like to head out. Okay, there we go. That's Tazu. And now we're going to perform Wendell Skip. And I failed Wendell Skip last time, but basically you can fight Wendell, or you cannot. But we're going to just, who are you? Oh, no, I'm Honeysuckle. And think I'd join you? No, but wait, I want you on my team. I beg of you. Sir Wendell, I absolutely need you on your team. You're the most fantastic genius. And that's Wendell Skip. And we saved a minute over last run because I actually hit the correct buttons. Anyway, so now we're going to go and recruit Yasmin. Alright, so this battle is all about teaching you how scavengers work, but we don't really care. We're just gonna blow up in Reed's face. Oh, I don't have Flare Lock at this time, so it doesn't actually knock them out. That's bad. It turns out it did matter in one fight. Reed's really cool, though. I do like them. It's just... yeah, I just don't want to have to deal with constant switching. So I try to get them out of there as fast as possible. So this strength buff should be enough to help me get through Caben. A little bit. No, okay, no, that's terrible. We're gonna switch to Fel and hope that this works. No, it did not. But I can't have Fel wear a Gloam Locket like the others because Fel has Riding Crop, and that does more damage if Fel is, in fact, not wearing a necklace, so I kind of have to. Turns out it would have just saved time if I had just kept hitting Caben. I'll have to note that. Alright, so now Sayla is absolutely ready to steamroll everything. That Admire boosted her stats super high. So that should completely wipe out everyone else. Unless we struggle with Yasmin. Hey Starlit! I'm not sure if I'm gonna PB. I have made several mistakes, and the license fight was still terrible. And the Fel Fight was absolute work. Like, terrible. Absolutely terrible. But at least Wendell's skip actually worked. I was actually able to navigate the conversation this time. Did what you were doing go well? Just go down, Yasmin. Shh. Bribe you. Alright. So we're heading into the final fight here against Zale. And then we'll see if we get time. But I don't think we're gonna get a new world record. Oh, so that's what you were doing. Okay. Fun. Alright. Alright. Let's see how well this goes this time. At least I know now not to scanner. So. Ha ha ha. No scanner this time. Not this time, but that's still not gonna do, like, anything, and I have nobody to swap to. So I guess we're just gonna keep smacking and getting some charge. Smack Zale. Nope. I should have just Blazed of Glory without the flourish. That's okay. As long as, like, you know, the computer never learns how to flourish, we'll be fine. But yeah, giving the Gloam Locket has been great for everything except the last fight we did just now versus all the scavengers. That didn't go so well. Or it did go fine. It's just Eric can't one-shot Reed without the flare locket. That's the only thing I've run into that has really impacted how that goes. Okay. Okay, I can take that. Yeah. If that fight always leads with Reed, we could go with a Wendell lead. Yeah, that's true. We're gonna have to keep experimenting with that one. Okay, so Benji's totally going to quick fall, right? No? Do you You don't have quick foil, do you? Either that, or it's like a 1 in 3 and I'm getting very lucky. But I don't think I can actually beat my... It's going to be very close. This is going to be a very close world record if it is one. That's not helping. Oh, that's helping, though. Alright, alright. Bribe, 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 bribe. Go down, go down. Okay, this is... Yeah, that's... Okay, this is... Come on, come on, come on, come on. Victory. Go, go, go. We got it, we got it. And... time. Okay! Alright. That's a 56.04. What do you know? We did turn it around. Alright, that's a new world record. And, I mean, it's still not a 55, but, it's